Frozen fries are supposed to be easy. Somehow, many still mess it up. Fishy oil, soggy centers, instant sadness. I ran through the frozen aisle so you don't have to. These are the worst offenders and the rare fries that actually crunch. Walmart's great value fries have a problem that's hard to ignore once you notice it. They taste like fish. Not subtle. Am I imagining this? Full-on fishy smell and taste that ruins whatever you're serving them with. The culprit is cheap canola oil. Great Value uses the lowest grade oil they can source. And when that oil is heated during manufacturing and then reheated in your oven or air fryer, it breaks down into volatile compounds that create a distinctly fishy odor and taste. Reddit threads are filled with people asking, "Why do my Walmart fries taste like fish?" Thinking they're crazy? They're not. It's the oil. The texture is the second betrayal. Despite the box claiming extra crispy, these fries come out extra soggy. The potatoes themselves are low-starch commodity russets that release excess moisture during cooking. But the real problem is the oil coating. Cheap canola oil doesn't crisp, it steams. The crinkle-cut design should create surface area for browning, but the oil prevents proper heat penetration. You end up with limp, pale fries that smell like a seafood restaurant and taste like disappointment. Great Value exists to be the cheapest option on the shelf, and fries are no exception. But when saving $1 means eating potato sticks that taste like tilapia, the savings aren't worth it. Whole Foods charges premium prices for their 365 house brand because shoppers assume organic means better. These fries prove that assumption wrong in the worst possible way. Cook these fries according to package directions and watch them transform into something that shouldn't exist: gluey paste with a barely crisped exterior. The takeout taste test described them as instant mashed potato flakes cooked into gluey paste, and that's disturbingly accurate. The interior doesn't cook into fluffy potato. It compresses into dense, sticky sludge that clings to your teeth. The texture disaster happens because 365 uses lower quality potatoes with higher moisture content, then over-processes them before freezing. The result is fries that release so much moisture during cooking that they steam themselves from the inside out. No amount of oven time fixes this. You can cook them until they're dark brown on the outside, and the inside will still be gummy. Whole Foods built their brand on quality, but these fries are a premium-priced failure. Organic certification doesn't fix bad processing, and these fries prove it. Strong Roots markets itself as the healthy frozen fries option. Plant-based, sustainable, better for you. What they don't advertise is that their fries look gray and taste like punishment. Put these next to any other brand, and the color difference is immediately obvious. Strong Roots fries have a weird grayish hue that makes them look undercooked or oxidized. That's because they use minimal oil and no color additives, which sounds virtuous until you realize that French fries are supposed to be golden. Potatoes turn gray when they oxidize after cutting, and proper fry production prevents this with a quick blanch or oil coating. Strong Roots skips both to keep their ingredient list clean, and the result is fries that look like they've been sitting cut on a counter for an hour. The lack of oil means they never brown properly through the Maillard reaction, the chemical process that creates golden color and roasted flavor. Without sufficient fat, the fries can't reach the temperature needed to caramelize their surface sugars. You're left with steamed potatoes, with a faint crisp on the edges and absolutely no seasoning. These taste exactly like what they are. Vegetables you're supposed to eat because they're good for you, not because they taste good. Food reviewers consistently call Strong Roots shamefully overpriced and downright awful. If you want healthy fries, bake actual potato wedges at home. Don't pay premium prices for gray sadness. That charming, handsome cut name suggests artisan quality and thick-cut potato perfection. The reality is fries that go limp within minutes of leaving the oven. Trader Joe's cut these fries thick to suggest premium quality, but thick cuts only work if the potato variety can hold structural integrity during cooking. These appear to be lower starch potatoes, possibly red or Yukon varieties chosen for their natural appearance, which means they contain more moisture and less starch than proper russet frying potatoes. High moisture content creates steam during cooking, which makes the interior soft, but without enough starch to provide structure, that softness turns into collapse. The exterior develops a thin coating that barely crisps, while the waterlogged interior cooks into soft potato that can't support itself. Pull them from the oven, and they look golden and promising. Wait 3 minutes, and they've collapsed into floppy potato strips that bend when you try to pick them up. The coating is too thin to create real structure. Restaurant fries work because they're fried twice in high-starch russets. Once to cook, once to crisp. These are the wrong potato. Wrong process, wrong result. Trader Joe's built their reputation on finding quality products at reasonable prices. These fries break that promise. The name is handsome, the performance is not. Cascadian Farm has been making organic frozen foods since 1972, back when organic meant something beyond a marketing label. Their frozen fries, unfortunately, taste like they were engineered in a lab to be as inoffensive and bland as possible. The texture is the tell. Bite into a Cascadian Farm fry and it's dry, fibrous, and oddly mealy, like sprinkling instant mashed potato flakes into your mouth instead of eating fried potatoes. The fry holds together technically, but it crumbles into dry granules instead of biting clean. This happens when potatoes are processed at too low a temperature or with insufficient oil, causing the starch granules to break down irregularly. Instead of gelatinizing into smooth, creamy potato interior, the starch fragments into disconnected particles that feel sandy and dry on your tongue. The blandness is deliberate. Cascadian Farm positions these as the clean option. Organic potatoes, organic oil, minimal processing. But minimal processing became minimal flavor. There's barely any salt, no seasoning, and the organic sunflower oil they use has such a neutral taste that it adds nothing. You're eating texture without taste. These fries exist for people who want to feel virtuous about eating frozen fries. If you want fries that actually taste good, keep reading. Notice that every single one of those brands either optimized for health claims, cut costs with cheap oil, or used the wrong potatoes for frying. None of them optimized for what fries are supposed to do: crisp up and taste like fried potatoes. Subscribe and let's talk about the brands that remembered fries are supposed to be delicious. McCain is a Canadian company that's been making frozen fries since 1957, and they've spent nearly 70 years perfecting one thing: the balance between crispy exterior and soft interior. Their classic straight-cut fries are the proof. Cook these according to package directions and you get exactly what fries should be: golden brown exterior with audible crunch, fluffy potato interior that's tender but not mushy. McCain uses high-starch russet potatoes, the gold standard for frying, which contain enough starch to create fluffy interiors and low enough moisture to crisp properly. Russets have about 18 to 22% starch content compared to waxy potatoes' 12 to 16%, which is why they gelatinize into light, airy texture instead of dense, gummy paste. The starch gelatinizes during the first fry, creating structure, then crisps during reheating in your oven. That's the texture balance food reviewers cite as the primary reason McCain ranks high in taste tests. You're not choosing between crispy but dry or soft but soggy. You're getting both. The only complaint is that they're slightly oversalted, but that's fixable if you're sensitive to sodium. The salt level is calibrated for people who eat fries with ketchup or dipping sauces, which dilute the seasoning. Eat them plain and they might taste aggressive. Eat them with a burger and they're perfect. McCain proves that decades of experience matter. These aren't the most exciting fries, but they're reliable in a way that matters when you're cooking for a family on a Tuesday night. Ore-Ida has been America's frozen potato company since 1952, when they invented frozen French fries in Ontario, Oregon. Their extra crispy fast food fries line makes a bold promise: these will taste like McDonald's fries made at home. Unlike Great Value's broken, extra crispy promise, Ore-Ida actually delivers. They are an American favorite, and it is a pleasure to put this brand on the great side of the list. The secret is the double coating. These fries are coated in a light batter, fried once, frozen, then coated again before packaging. That double layer creates genuine crunch when you reheat them in an oven or air fryer. The exterior shatters when you bite it, actual crispy texture, not just surface browning that immediately softens. The thin cut helps. These are shoestring-style fries cut from the same high-starch russets that McDonald's uses, which means more surface area per potato and faster crisping. Thin fries expose more starch to heat, allowing rapid moisture evaporation and quick browning. They're not trying to be thick steakhouse fries. They're trying to be nostalgic McDonald's-style fries. And they succeed. The flavor is salty, slightly sweet, from natural potato sugars caramelizing during frying, and engineered to trigger childhood memories of Happy Meals. Ore-Ida knows what they're doing after 70 years of making frozen potatoes. These fries work because they're designed around a specific goal and they hit it every time. Checkers and Rally's are the same restaurant chain. Checkers on the East Coast, Rally's in the Midwest and South. Their seasoned fries are legendary, crispy, heavily seasoned, and better than almost any other fast food fry. They're now available frozen, and they don't disappoint. Made by Lamb Weston, they are the same supplier that makes fries for McDonald's and Burger King. These fries come pre-seasoned with the exact blend Checkers uses in restaurants: paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and a proprietary spice mix that's salty, slightly spicy, and genuinely flavorful. Cook them in an air fryer, and they develop the same crunch and seasoning intensity as the restaurant version. The coating crisps up into a textured shell that holds seasoning instead of letting it fall off. The oil content is higher than most frozen fries, which makes them cook more tender on the inside while staying crispy outside. Higher fat content creates better heat transfer during cooking, which means the interior cooks through without drying out, while the exterior reaches the high temperatures needed for browning. Air fryer tests consistently rank these as winners because the extra oil prevents them from turning into dry sticks. You get restaurant fry tenderness without the drive-through. Checkers/Rally's proves that restaurant-quality fries can survive freezing and reheating when someone actually cares about replicating the original. These taste like the real thing because they basically are. Alexia started in 2002 with a simple idea: make frozen fries from premium potatoes with minimal processing and no artificial anything. Their organic Yukon Select fries are what happens when that philosophy actually works. Business Insider's taste test ranked these as the winner, describing them as having audible crunch and tasting far from bland. The Yukon Gold potatoes create a naturally buttery, slightly sweet flavor that cheap russet potatoes can't match. Yukon Golds have a creamier texture and richer flavor than standard russets because of their higher natural sugar content and denser flesh. The organic sunflower oil adds richness without the fishy breakdown that cheap canola oil creates. And the lack of color additives or preservatives means you're tasting potato, not chemicals. The thickness is perfect for home cooking. These are cut thick enough to develop fluffy interiors, but not so thick they stay raw in the middle like Trader Joe's. The exterior crisps into a golden shell that stays crunchy for several minutes after leaving the oven, long enough to plate your meal and sit down to eat. Alexia costs more than McCain or Ore-Ida, but the quality difference is obvious from the first bite. These taste like drive-through fries from a place that uses real potatoes, not frozen fries from a bag. Lamb Weston is the company that makes fries for McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and almost every major restaurant chain in America. Their professional Crispy on Delivery line was designed for restaurants that need fries to stay crispy during delivery. Now it's available at retail, and it's the best frozen fry you can buy. Food and Wine ranked these as their winner, describing them as having incredibly crispy exterior and tender inside. The secret is the coating technology Lamb Weston developed for the delivery economy. These fries are engineered to stay crispy for 20+ minutes after cooking, which means they're still crunchy when you sit down to eat at home. The coating is thicker than standard frozen fries, but lighter than battered fries, creating a texture that's closer to double-fried restaurant fries than single-cooked frozen products. The potatoes are 100% certified Idaho russets, the same potatoes professional chefs request because of their high starch content and low moisture. High starch means fluffy interiors that gelatinize properly during frying. Low moisture means less steam and faster crisping. Lamb Weston sources exclusively from Idaho because consistency matters when you're supplying McDonald's with billions of fries annually. These aren't commodity potatoes from wherever's cheapest. These are the potatoes restaurants demand. One LA chef called these the Roy of fries: buttery, chip-like crunch, and sturdy enough to hold up to ketchup without going soggy. That's the professional standard. That's what you're getting here. Lamb Weston proves that the best frozen fries come from the company that's been supplying restaurants for decades. When you're cooking fries for McDonald's, Walmart fries aren't good enough. Neither should they be for you. If your fries taste like fish, turn into paste, or go limp within minutes, someone used the wrong potatoes or optimized for cost instead of taste. The best frozen fries come from companies that understand starch content, moisture levels, and oil quality, not marketing organic labels. Subscribe for more. Drop a comment about which fries are in your freezer right now. Until next time, if your fries don't crunch, don't buy them again.